Shalom, shalom. In our previous video, we looked at those believers who will go through the wilderness of the people. In this video today, we look at those believers who will have to go through great tribulation. Watch this video. Some of the elect will go through the wilderness of the people, while others will go through great tribulation to be perfected. Now, in the same Revelation 12, when it tells us about those who are going through the wilderness, in verse 17, it tells us this. So, in verse 12 or 13, it tells us about in the wilderness that the woman will be brought into the wilderness. But there's another set now of believers, Revelation 12:17.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Yahuwah, and have the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach.
So the remnant of her seed will still be in the midst of Babylon, will not be in the wilderness. They keep the commandments of Allah and have the testimony of Yahushua, which means these are the saints. So the question is, which do you prefer? I remember when, let me go there. I forgot about this one. With David. When David counted, let me see if I can find it. You know, when David counted Yasharal, and the Most High was angry with him. Let me find it. 2 Samuel 24, verse 11.
For when Dawood was up in the morning, the word of Yahuwah came unto the prophet Gad, David's seer, saying, Go and say unto Dawood, Thus saith Yahuwah, I offer thee 3 things. Choose thee one of them, that I may do it unto thee. So God came to Dawood and told him, and said unto him, Shall 7 years of famine come unto thee in thy land? Or wilt thou flee 3 months before thine enemies while they pursue thee? Or that there be 3 days pestilent in thy land? Now advise and see what answer I shall return to him that hath sent me.
7 years famine compared to 3 months before his enemies. What did David choose? Verse 14.
And Dawood said unto God, I am in a great strait. Let us fall now into the hand of Yahuwah, for his mercies are great, and let me not fall into the hand of man.
All right. Which will you choose? Will you fall into the hand of the enemies? Because that is the great tribulation. Or into the hand of Allah, the wilderness of the people? Which do you choose? Sirach 2 verse 15. Because those who choose the wilderness of the people will be those who fear Yahuwah. Sirach 2 verses 15 to I think about 17 or 18. Read it, please.
They that fear Yahuwah will not disobey his word, and they that love him will guard his ways.
That's the elect. Continue.
They that fear Yahuwah will seek that which is well-pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the Torah. They that fear Yahuwah will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, We will fall into the hands of Yahuwah, and not into the hands of men, For as his majesty is,
So
so is
is
his
his mercy. You see? That's why you should be striving to go into the wilderness of the people, to come out of her, to flee out of Babylon. As his majesty is, so is his mercy. And no matter what we go through here, the mercy of the Most High is always something that we can celebrate and we can see. Always his mercy, no matter what. So all will be gathered upon Hamashiach's return. Mark 13:24 to about 28, 27. Read it, please.
But in those days, after that tribulation, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and splendor. And then shall he send his angels, and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost parts of the earth to the uttermost parts of heaven.
So this is what they call the rapture. Shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost part of the earth to the uttermost part of Shamayim. So I guess the uttermost part of Shamayim will be the dead in Messiah. The uttermost part of the earth will be those who are alive. So the dead plus those who are in the land, in the wilderness of the people, plus those who are scattered in this world, will all be gathered together. Yes? So we are speaking about the elect here. Time is shortened because we're going to give certain aspects, certain attributes of the elect to let us know. Can you close that back door, please? And turn on the light. Yeah. So there are certain aspects of the elect that we must understand. Mark 13, verse 20.
And except that Yahuwah had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days.
So we have a little problem here now. The days were shortened for one set of people. Only the elect were the days shortened for. For the elect's sake, but for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen. And what does the word say? The Hamashiach say, many are called what? Few are chosen. You see, it's a small amount of people. For the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen. Let's go to the parable that speaks about many are called, few are chosen. Is it Matthew? And see what we can get out of it. It's Matthew 22. The parable of the wedding feast. Today's teaching is not going to go like before. I'm just going to go as led as I am taken. So, Matthew 22, start at verse 1.
And Yahusha answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a king, a certain king, which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servant.
That certain king is Yahuwah Sabaoth, and made a marriage for his son, Yahusha Hamashiach. Continue.
and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come.
His servants, the prophets, were sent to call the people to the wedding, but they would not come. This is our people being called, beckoned, everything to come to the wedding. And our people refuse and continue in religion, following all sorts of things. Some following nothing. Some don't even want to hear about the Most High. Verse 4.
Again, he sent forth other servants, saying, Tell them which are bidden, Behold, I have prepared my dinner. My oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage. But they made light of it, and went their ways, one to his farm, another to his merchandise.
All right. There we have it. Materialism, the flesh, the world. This is what keeps our people away. And double-mindedness, wanting to serve Yahuwah and Mammon. Continue.
And the remnant took his servants, and entreated them spitefully, and slew them.
They slew the prophets, as it said. I think it's the same Matthew 22, speaking about them slaying the prophets. Go ahead.
But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth. And he sent forth his armies, and destroyed those murderers, and burnt up their city.
70 AD, Jerusalem was destroyed, finally. Verse 8.
Then saith he to his servants, The wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid them to the marriage.
So
the servant...
hold on. So this now, the people of the kingdom, these are the Israelites. And so the Most High says, go into the highway, and as many as you shall find, bid to the marriage. Anybody you find, bid to the marriage. Verse 10.
So those servants went out into the highways, and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good. And the wedding was furnished with guests. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment.
So the Most High, many are called, but this one does not have on his wedding garment, which means this one was not in right standing. He was not in righteousness. And what happened?
And he said unto him, Friend, how comest thou in hither, not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then saith the king to the servants, Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
For many are called, but few are chosen. The Most High calls many, but only a few are chosen. And let's go back to, where were we? Time is shortened for the elect's sake. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, these are the few who he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days. Another thing about the elect is only the elect will not be deceived. Now this is very, 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 very critical. Only the elect will not be deceived. Matthew 24:24.
For there shall arise false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Oh boy. It is not possible to deceive the very elect, but it is possible to deceive everybody else. No, if it is not possible to deceive the elect, that means everyone else will be deceived. And remember, those who are deceived are not going to enter the kingdom. Because you have to enter the kingdom in truth. The Most High is not going to let deceived people enter the kingdom. People who enter the kingdom have to be walking in Yahuwah's righteousness. So the kingdom is for the elect. It is for a few. It is for a chosen few. But these people are scattered all over the world. And so we have the foolishness of preaching, as Shaul speaks. We have to keep preaching and preaching because we do not know who is the elect.